It is time, man. Today we are going to be diving into every single WWE Elite action figure that was shown off by Mattel at WrestleMania 41 at WWE World. Now, I'm going to preface this. This is going to be a long one. It's probably going to be over an hour long or close to an hour long of action figure coverage here for wrestling action figures, man. So if you like WWE figures, you enjoy collecting, you are a WWE fan at all, man, leave a like on the video. I greatly appreciate it. But let's dive into it because there is a lot of figures to cover, and I want to get straight into it. All right, man. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the next Defining Moments ringside exclusive 4-pack. Now, this is going to feature Logan Paul, Paul Heyman, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Kurt Angle. And the first figure we're looking at is Kurt Angle. Now, the last time we saw this was just a render, and then earlier on at the event itself, it was just a prototype. I didn't even include images of that because what's the point now? We already know what the colors are going to look like and everything like that. I like this figure. I love Kurt Angle. I like this new singlet torso that we're getting here. His figures are always really, really good for the most part. Really looking forward to the Legends figure hopefully arriving the next day or so at my door. And I like this. You know, it's been very goofy. Ringside and Mattel love these goofy head sculpts here, especially for this Defining Moments pack. He's got, you know, the hair piece. I mean, this is a really cool figure, man. I like this a lot. You get the hair piece, you get the electric shaver, you get the shaving cream. It's very cool. Very, very cool. It includes a, you know, a short-haired head sculpt, you know, like the Entrance Greats head sculpt, which I'm sick of, by the way. And it also includes a bald face, you know, kind of TrueFX version of the Elite 59, I think it is. So I like this, you know. It's a cool Defining Moment, the hair versus hair match with Edge. And I do believe we've already gotten that Edge in the Legends wave, so you compare those two together there. But that is the Kurt Angle. I love it. I'm all for Kurt Angle figures, and I think this is a pretty cool insertion. Next up is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13. This is one of the winners of the weekend. A lot of people saying this is their favorite reveal. You have a lot of great things going on here, man. Our first bloody action figure from Mattel here with the blood-soaked face. He's screaming. You get the Blood and Stone t-shirt with the Austin 316. He's got upgraded shoulders, upgraded arms as far as size. I will say he is going to be on the smaller legs. This is smaller legs here. You can kind of see the proportions here with the shirt and the knee brace and everything. Comes with a ring bell. Very sick, man. I mean, this is something we've wanted for a very long time. I think this is absolute money. And a leg swap is going to be very easy. He's going to be on ball joints. You can easily switch those thighs out, which is something we will most definitely do on action figure surgery. And even if you don't want to do this, you can actually take the new Monday Night Wars Ultimate Austin and just put the bloody head sculpt on there if that's really something that you want. And really, dude, I think it would have been really cool if they made the pissed off version also bloody. I know it's not necessarily accurate to the moment, it seems, but you guys remember at the Rumble, maybe we'll get that later down the line, but I think the biggest thing about this, like a stern, bloody-faced head sculpt for Austin would have been insane, but at the same time, I think this opens the door for potential releases down the road, which I think is the biggest winner here. I think that's the big sign here that everybody's excited about, but this is a home run. Perfect Defining Moment. Love it. I think this is fantastic, and we must move on. Can't wait to see what the next one's going to be. But we also have Paul Heyman here. Really nice. It does look like he has the Muhammad Ali legs, which is going to be bummy, man. Muhammad Ali legs are not good, but the positives, I do like the little key card deal around the head, you know, or around the neck, that little VIP pass deal. Love the trench coat. I think that looks really good. Looks like we're getting a new Paul Heyman head sculpt and things. I like this a lot. I think that trench coat's going to be really, really sweet. And I like this. I like this. The only thing I don't like is the Muhammad Ali legs. Now, the only thing about it is how they're going to pose, you know? I mean, I guess it's potentially possible that the Muhammad Ali legs could be more articulate, you know? Maybe they're not as tight as they have been the past year or so, but I'm not holding my breath, man. I know about these molds. I know how they do, and anytime we get this Muhammad Ali leg mold, I'm always worried, man. Always worried. It's always in the back of my head, like, oh my God, his legs are going to be super stiff, and figures that have that leg mold are really hard to stand up, man. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. You can let me know, but at the same time, I'm hyped for Paul Heyman. I love this entry. I think this is cool. But the last figure of the set is going to be Logan Paul. This is where he captured the U.S. Championship. Now, a lot of people were relating this to the LA Knight from last year. Now, I will say, yes, this is kind of on the same like line as that, but at the same time, I think this is much more of a defining moment than LA Knights, right? I think, you know, he captured his first singles title in WWE. He won the U.S. Championship from Rey Mysterio. It's a Logan Paul. I think this is also big for Ringside because Logan Paul is going to post about this. He's going to share about it. That helps Ringside get to that collector's market or that casual market market of, you know, followers of Logan Paul and things like that. I just think it's a really smart move here for ringside and everybody involved. So I can see why they would entry him here. Not my favorite gear. You guys know I'm not big on Logan Paul's gears most of the time. However, I think this is serviceable. You know, it's kind of just a repaint of the top picks, which is what it is. But I will say this overall set is much better than last year's, man. I did not like last year's. I thought Pipe Bomb Punk was good. The Kane was good for what it was, but it's something we've seen so many times. The RVD head sculpt and moment wasn't necessarily there. And then you had LA Knight, was just kind of, I don't know, man. I think this is a much better set. I'm excited for this set overall. I'm hyped for it. And surely this should probably be hitting in the summer, I imagine. But if you guys want to grab this, go over to Ringside Collectibles. You can pick up the full wave there. It is going to be in the 4-pack or the box set that we've come to know. But man, dude, it's insane. We got over 50 plus Elite figure reveals that we have to get into, man. I love this. This is what I live for right here, man. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get into From the Vault WWE Elite Series 6. That is going to be ringside exclusive. So coming off the tails of the Defining Moments 4-pack, we have the From the Vault Series number 6. This is going to feature 4 figures that we have previously seen before, kind of, which I'll get into. But first up, we do have Cactus Jack. I think that this is the best Cactus Jack that Mattel's made. You go from the Elite 48, the old ringside exclusive, the Hall of Fame that I think ended up being unreleased, right? Just so damn good, man. The only thing I hate, you guys already probably know, is the shoulders and arms. Really wish they would give him non-defined shoulders and arms, but damn if this head sculpt doesn't look good. Love the flannel, love the t-shirt, love the Barbie. It looks incredible. This is sick, man. I love this. This is great. I love this for Cactus. Great head sculpt. Overall, absolute money. I love it. I really do. I think that this is really, really good. He comes with accessories, right? Lots of accessories. The flannel, I think this is on the mark. Just hits the nail on the head. Only thing is the shoulders and arms, man. He wasn't that jacked. He's never been that jacked. Get that jacked Cactus Jack out of my jack. Next up is going to be RVD. Now, this was never released. I think this was going to be released back in the day, and then it ended up not coming out, and now we are actually getting it released here. So, I like this gear. It's very vibrant. They got, you know, the taller kick pads. This is not Johnny Gargano syndrome. He has very saturated gear. Wish that we could have gotten the Ultimate Edition head sculpt or some different head sculpt instead of the smile again, but it kind of looks slightly different. There's something about it that's like the nose shape or something is slightly off there, which is a fine head sculpt. It's just not my favorite, but he does come with a trash can and stuff. You can do the Van Terminator, Van Daminator, lots of good stuff. I love RVD. I love the larger kick pads. This is money for me. Any RVD they give us, man, I'm right there in the front of the line. So this is great. I love RVD. I think the gear looks good. Airbrush designs. There's so many RVDs they can make, right? So, I mean, I'm all for an RVD. As long as he doesn't have Johnny Gargano syndrome and things, I'll take another RVD. Even though, you know, again, I feel like they could have went different directions in that Defining Moments line. I still like this for From the Vault. But we also have Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. This is going to be the previously released Scott Hall in the black and white NWO gear. And I remember, dude, that packaging that original figure came with, that's my favorite style packaging Mattel's ever done. I just thought they overdid it. I thought it was so good. Like Elite Series 1 through 11 or whatever it was, that packaging was great. The new Legends sets that we're getting nowadays, that packaging's great. But that, like, cash-in Toys R Us exclusive Seth Rollins, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that kind of packaging where we were getting, like, the Rated R Edge and this Scott Hall here and this Kevin Nash here. I loved that packaging. I thought that was such good packaging. But, maybe, I don't know. You can let me know. But Scott Hall, this is a perfect re-release. You just re-release him. He's updated. It's a better head sculpt. It's all around just a better figure. I think this is easily going to sell. And then you have the Kevin Nash to go along with it, which is also money. And again, previously done ringside exclusives of these guys. It just makes sense, man. I mean, this is easy money. This is like infinite money glitch, right? Infinite money glitch. It makes the most sense. And also, not to mention, this packaging from the vault, tying it back to those original Elite Series 1 through 11 or whatever it was. Those are damn good packages. Like, this packaging here from the vault is so money. I love it. So, I think that the packaging game, man, shout out to George, man. He's the absolute best. Mattel, they crush it with the packaging. But that is your From the Vault Series number 6. I like this set overall. I think it's a solid set. Definitely some winners here. I'm much looking forward to this. I think this is some good bangers here, man. This is really, really good. But let's move on to the next Survivor Series Elites here. And I think this is interesting, man. An interesting little set. Let's get into it. Starting out, we have JD McCrispy. And this is just a repaint of his Elite 112. Now, it is going to be his Judgment Day gear. So you're getting more accurate Judgment Day garb. You have the Finn Balor face mask from the Ultimate Edition. He's going to come with the Nick Aldis legs that are Muhammad Ali legs, unfortunately. But I like this much better than the Elite 112. I think that this this is kind of your Ridge Holland. This is kind of your filling out those team sets where people are going to want it because they want to fill out the team. And I like this figure. I think this is a good figure here. I'm interested to, see what it looks like in hand, but I like the JD white knee pad versus black. This is a good little repaint, man. Like, way to make the most of your molds. Makes the most sense. It's an easy layup for, this set here. And we also have a look at the 1-2-3 Kid, which I love, man. I love this look. I love the gear. I think this is so good. I love that he has the open knee pads. Just a really clean aesthetic, and like the colors pop off so well in this figure that it kind of is throws me back or something like that. I feel like I'm I don't know, you look at certain figures, and obviously I wasn't alive necessarily for every single figure that I look at, right? But I don't know, it's like you go into a time machine based off of when you were a kid and seeing highlights and stuff. I don't know, it's very weird. I guess it's like every action figure. I mean, other things outside of action figures as well, but I think that it's just so cool how you can look at something and it's like a time capsule and it takes you back. It's probably why a lot of people collect, to be honest with you. But this is a sick figure. I like this 1-2-3 Kid. Probably my favorite 1-2-3 Kid they've ever done. This is clean as hell. I like it a lot. But we also have the Cody Rhodes. This is going to be the Survivor Series War Games from the poster where he had the face paint. Now, I'll be honest with you, man. Love the gear. Do not like the head sculpt, to be honest. It's the Elite 111 head sculpt, and I think it just looks odd. He's got the pursing lips, which I'm not a fan of. I've talked about this a lot on the channel. He's got the clown feet. I do like the gear, though. He's got the, the camo boots there, which is really cool. I feel like you could probably switch the feet depending on, what feet you use and things like that. There's probably some feet out there that are smaller that you could plug into that foot, which we'll probably experiment with. But hopefully, you guys know that Cody Rhodes figures used to be some of the best on the market, right? They used to be so damn good. They would be very posable. They would have a lot of life to them. And then when they switched factories, it's like they went the complete opposite. They did a complete 180, and they were hard to pose, and they were frustrating, and they felt like they were going to snap in half. He had clown feet, and it was like they did a complete 180. So I'm hoping that this figure and all the new Codys we've seen, I hope they get back to that super posability, that super user-friendliness in the hand, and so I hope that for this figure. I love this figure. I love Cody. I love this moment. I feel like, I don't know, this face, the face paint from the poster is so sick. I think that's a genius inclusion. I just think the execution looks weird with the metallic paint and stuff. I just don't think it, maybe if you repainted over it in the same colors and kind of made it a matte finish, it would look better. Or if you used a different head sculpt, I think it would help a lot. But still looking forward to it. Love that it comes with a Nick Aldis chest, which we'll get into with the formula of the Nick Aldis. But let's move on to the next figure. We have Bret Hart in the singlet, man. This is an attire that I have seen posted on so many wish lists for so many times, and I love it. I think this looks pretty good for the most part. Formula looks very posable. Again, as long as his legs aren't stiff, this is going to be money. They're using the Elite 94 head sculpt here, which is great. And this is an easy base formula for an Owen Hart. I know a lot of people are going to want to use this for an Owen. You pop this head sculpt off, put a custom head sculpt, put one of the AEW ones on there, which I think would suffice. Maybe we can play with that on Surgery if we find an extra one of these. I definitely will try my hand at that. But this is great, man. I love this. This is something that a lot of people have been waiting on for a very long time. Love Bret Hart. Love the pink gear. I think this is another layup, man. These pay-per-view sets are usually repaints, and I think they were genius with this. I think that the whole set overall did make the most of their molds and got some good repaints. Let's move on to the Build-A-Figure, though, which is going to be Nick Aldis. Now, the head sculpt for me, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the head sculpt. I don't think it's the greatest of all time. I don't think it's the worst of all time either, but for me personally, the biggest thing with this Build-A-Figure is the torso and the arms, man. You get that open collared shirt, which I talked about ad nauseum with the Triple H, Miz, Awesome Truth 3-pack that's going to be Walmart exclusive coming later. I think it's going to be in the summertime at some point. We're going to get that 3-pack with the World Tag titles and such. I'm really excited for that new torso mold because you can make so many different characters and so many different looks, and this is what I'm talking about. We're finally getting open collared shirts. You can make so many different people out of that torso right there. If you buy an extra, I don't even know who the torso comes with, Cody. You buy an extra Cody, you get that extra torso, you can pair it with some different legs, and bang, you can make all kinds of different guys. So I'm excited for that portion of it, but Nick Aldis getting a figure is sweet. I think that this is really cool. It is kind of a different look, especially with the tan pants that are Muhammad Ali legs, which we have to mention. So I'm kind of worried how stiff he's gonna be, but it's still a cool figure. And you guys know that we have had Adam Pearce and we've had these different Build-A-Figures. We're finally getting, throwback Michael Coles. So I think that they are getting these guys slowly into the line this year, and it's a big deal. I think this is great. Looking forward to the Nick Aldis when we can finally build him, and I imagine this set will hit probably in the summertime too. A lot of these figures, they already have full photo galleries up, man. So you know what that means. That means that they are going to be hitting ringside very soon. If you want to pre-order these, man, go over there, use code MDTOYS, save yourselves 10%. Let's move things right along to the next top picks wave. This is going to be the WWE Elite top picks 2025 Wave 4, and this is going to feature Rey Mysterio, Cody Rhodes, and Solo Sikoa. Not my favorite wave overall, but we'll get into it. Here we have Cody Rhodes. Really like this gear, and you'll also notice they went to the old boots. Now, I'm very interested to know, is this going to be, did they tweak it? Like, is this the old boot mold? It looks identical to the old boot mold. Is it going to be the old boot mold, but with the new articulation? Are they getting rid of the clown feet, or did they just, for the sake of this figure, go back to the old articulation? You know what I mean? I think that's something that we're going to have to see. You can't really tell, I don't think, based off these photos. It looks like the old boots. The boots look really good. He's got the gold trim, the American Nightmare logos. For some reason, this gear reminds me of Evel Knievel, so it kind of reminds me of that. You remember that Dolph Ziggler gear he wore like a few years back, maybe like 2018 or something like that? It reminds me a lot of that gear, but again, man, this damn piercing lips head sculpt, if I were them, and I know it's whatever, I would just reuse the smile head sculpt or the defining moments, and you just repeat them. You just repeat them until you're going to sculpt something new. I don't like this piercing lips head sculpt. He looks depressed. He looks worried about something. I don't know. He doesn't look like cool, confident, undisputed champion Cody Rhodes, but I do like this gear. I like this figure a lot. I'm really looking forward to it, even if it is just a repaint of the Elite 111 and all these different Codys. You guys know I love Cody, so I'm all aboard getting more figures here, but the gear looks sick. I'm interested to know about the boots, though. Is it going to be the old articulation? Is it going to be the new sculpt moving forward? Interested to know that, but the weight belt also looks good. It's got the Cody in red. Looks pretty clean there, but damn, I hate that piercing lips head sculpt, man. I just hope this figure is posable, man. I don't want to see just this stiff garbage that can't move. That's going to disappoint me. But he also comes with an interchangeable screaming head sculpt, so that's good. You could always switch that out, which is better than the pierced lips kind of folded under or whatever the hell that is. But the next figure in this set is going to be Solo Sikoa. Now, Solo, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have Elite 107 Solo shelf warming right now at my daggum Walmart. It's ridiculous they restocked those figures, but his formula is god-awful. He just has a god-awful formula. How it extends his leg, those skinny legs coming out of those shorts. They're like, he does not look like that. There's not this massive gap between the bottom of the shorts to the top of the knee pad, and then another massive gap between the bottom of the knee pad to the top of the kick pad. This Johnny Gargano syndrome, giraffe legs, small arm. This is not a good figure. This isn't a good figure. It does look like he's getting a new head sculpt, which I don't like, honestly. I think that his new one in the suit, like the weekend Solo coming in Elite 118, is better. I like the figure overall is better. I don't like this figure, man. This is a skip for me. I mean, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. The gear's okay. It's just not something I like, man. I think that his whole formula needs to be completely reworked, man. Anybody, and Mattel has kind of struggled with this for years, right? Like, anybody that wears these looser, baggy shorts like Samoa Joe and etc., they kind of struggle with characters like that, like creating formulas for them. And I'm not saying that it's easy. It's just something that's true, you know? And I think that, you know, I think the Kevin Owens legs are pretty damn good. They're different, but I don't know. There's just some certain things there. I don't think you could use those for him. Like, I don't think those are interchangeable, like putting Kevin Owens with Solo's mold. But at the same time, I'm saying, like, I don't think you could use Kevin Owens shorts for Solo. I just think they need to do something different, you know? And I think that it's even weird with, like, Wes Lee and characters like that. It's just a difficult thing for them to execute, it seems, over the years. So, I don't know. Like, they have bangers like Buddy Murphy. I thought Buddy Murphy's sculpted shorts were fantastic. You know, they can do bikers. It's just these specific style shorts, like him and Samoa Joe, that just miss for me. But next up, we do have Rey Mysterio. This is going to be a repaint Rey Mysterio top picks. This figure here is okay. This damn head sculpt, man. I feel like I have seen this head sculpt is ancient, brother. This is an ancient head sculpt. You could probably summon Exodia the Forbidden One with this head sculpt as far as this figure goes back in terms of head sculpt. I mean, the gear is pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. I do like the black and red. It's a sharp look. We don't really get that from Rey. You got the mixed match kick pads, things like that. It's a cool figure. I just am going to be switching the head sculpt. I like the figure. Don't like the head. I'm so sick of this head, but it is a repaint Rey, and I feel like we haven't really had a repaint Rey in a minute. It's been a minute since we've gotten just a repaint Rey. I say that like he wasn't in that damn blue and whatever, but man, dude, ever since the switch of factories, his figures have really gone downhill too. You guys remember that greatest hit? I say like we haven't had one. We actually just got one not too long ago in that blue, white, and pink gear that did not pose for shish. It was very bad. It was kind of like Cody, man. Really regressed in posability. Rey used to have some of the best figures. That figure was absolute garbage. So hopefully he'll get back to killing it here with this LWO red and black. But that is your top picks wave there. But now we're moving into the main Elite line. We have Elite Series 119. We have Ethan Page. Page. Really, really like this figure. You have the regular edition, I believe, in black and gold with the NXT Championship. Good looking head sculpt. I feel like he kind of has a resemblance to Triple H a little bit, but I do like this. I think it looks like the character. I love the formula. I think they nailed this. I think this is great. I love Ethan Page, so I'm definitely grabbing this one. Going to do my best to track down the Chase as well in the black and red. Wish that they could have done a different, like a little bit different for the Chase, but it is what it is. Maybe he didn't wear that many gears, you know, at this point. I mean, they pumped this figure out very, very fast, so I'm excited for it, though. Ethan Page, home run. Think the figure looks great. Overall, formula, everything looks money. I'm definitely going to be grabbing both if possible, of course, if I can find them, etc. So we'll see what comes of that, but I do like the Elite 119 Ethan Page figure here. Let's move right along, man. We also have Dominic from Elite Series 119. Pretty cool figure. They are giving him the clown feet Cody Rhodes boots here. He has the shirt wrap that goes around the waist. I'm guessing that it's going to be maybe like a port system, because I think he has a shirt in the front and the back, if I'm not mistaken, or like the way he cuts it is like he has the front of the shirt and the back of the shirt. I don't think it'll be like the Dolph Ziggler deal, but he also comes with the entrance jacket with the, you know, the cow print and stuff. I like the mustache, pretty kind of relaxed head sculpt. I know we're getting the Ultimate as well, but Dom's going to sell, man. Dom's going to sell. I think this is a good figure. Kind of worried how, like, tight together his legs are, but it's probably because of the vest kind of pushing those legs together there. We'll see. Because his figures are pretty posable for the most part. I really like the way the Ultimate poses, but at the same time, we'll have to see here. But he does have those clown feet, so we'll have to kind of mix that up and mesh that and try to change that up, I guess. But we also have Liv Morgan here. And at first glance, I didn't really care for the head sculpt, but it's kind of growing on me. I think it's a little bit better than I expected. I do like the white and black. I like the Dirty Dom shirt. I like the Women's Championship. This is a solid Liv Morgan. I don't think it's the greatest Liv Morgan ever. Really moment in time. Maybe you could switch the top part of the torso to try to give her singles look if you really wanted to, depending on how everything looks. Maybe you could find some way to pop that upper torso off and make it into a regular Liv or something like that if you wanted to, but that remains to be seen, of course. But I don't mind this Liv Morgan. I think it's a pretty solid one. We also have Braun Breaker here. Love this. I'm most definitely getting this, a couple of this one. I want to use the knee pads possibly for a custom MDT figure. I like the zebra print with the yellow and black. It looks really clean. I like that they repainted him because his spray tan's ridiculous. So I think that, you know, that's accurate. You know what I'm saying? And I think this will be his third skin tone. I think his first figure was a different skin tone than his second, and then this one will obviously be a little bit darker there to replicate that, and then you have the screaming head sculpt, so you won't be able to really, unless you repaint it, you won't be able to put that screaming head sculpt on your other Braun figures because it's not going to match in skin tone. So I know that's frustrating, but I imagine he's probably going to get some sort of Ultimate down the line. And call me crazy, but does it look like the Intercontinental Championship is a little bit retooled? It looks a little bit cleaner than the ones we've seen. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but not a bad Braun Breaker. I like the Braun Breaker. And then we also have Cody Rhodes in the suit from Elite Series 120, and I love this figure. The pink suit is absolute money. They changed out his legs for Muhammad Ali legs, which, God in heaven, man. Another Muhammad Ali legs figure. I hate that. I think he's going to be very stiff. I hope that I'm wrong, but I think this is going to upgrade his height, so he's not going to be so damn small like the Elite 109 figure in the suit, in the gray, with the announce table, or the announce headset and the chair and stuff like that. But he also comes with a chase, which is going to be in brown. Definitely going to try and get both of these. You know, I love Cody. I love the suited figures and stuff like that. I think this looks pretty good. Kind of a different take there. You could probably make other people in suits out of this if you don't necessarily want Cody in a suit. I'm sure you can make different characters and things, which is why I love suited figures. You can, you know, get creative and things. But yeah, they upgraded the formula here. It may be kind of a one step forward, one step back type deal with the Muhammad Ali legs, but we shall see, I guess, with all of that. And then we also have a look at Lola Vice. Lola Vice is going to be in Elite Series 120, and she's going to come with an interchangeable head sculpt. So you have both head sculpts on display. Her formula looks really good. I like how posable she looks. It looks like look at the feet and the kick pads and everything. It looks like it's going to be very posable. Of course, we do have a render, I think, of this figure, but we don't have, or maybe we don't. Maybe that's like an old render there, but I think this figure looks pretty solid. I think until we get the, you know, the actual painted deal, going to be a little bit difficult there, but the gear looks sweet. The blue and pink and everything. Like, I just think we need to wait, hold our horses to see exactly what the figure looks like, but the sculpts look promising, I think, so we'll see about all of that. But let's move right on to LA Knight here. He looks pretty good. I like this gear. I like it. You know, I don't like the formula still. I think his legs are too skinny and long there. They look a bit off. Hopefully this head sculpt's good. It looks to be a new head sculpt, so we'll see how that all plays out. But the white and red looks clean. You have the black in there. I like this. I like this LA Knight. I think, you know, if you want to make a fix-up, maybe put those Ultimate boots on there, maybe change it up a little bit would be cool. But yeah, he's got the forearm band. It's a pretty sweet Bulls gear here, so I like that. It's solid. I know we can't really see the head sculpts and stuff, but it's going to be Elite 120, I imagine. LA Knight, which is promising. We'll see exactly how that all fares when it releases. And now we're moving on to Obafemi, who looks pretty good here. It's promising. You know, again, until it's painted, I think that we have to kind of remain to be seen. Formula, I don't know. The formula I'm kind of intrigued with, but at the same time, I'm kind of not. It's got the Hogan torso. He's got these giant legs. I think it's going to depend on what it looks like when it's fully painted and has everything going on. So I want to hold judgment, to be honest. Don't like that he's smiling, to be honest with you, but we do have a basic figure as well coming down the line, which we'll cover in a later video. But I'm excited to have this character, right? I think that's the big deal there. And so I'm excited to see what exactly this looks like. When you have these prototypes, it's kind of hard to judge, right? So, I mean, well, this remains to be seen. We'll see. But we also have Alba Fire here. Not promising on the head sculpt. Head sculpt doesn't really symbol that to me. I didn't even know who this was when I first saw it on display at WWE World. I had to ask some people. She also has the Bayley basic Elite boots, which I don't like. So we'll see. We'll see what it comes of. You know, I'm excited to get new people in the line, of course, but I think until we see this painted up, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about it. We'll see, though. We'll have to see exactly what comes of it. And then we also have Austin Theory. Kind of got like that Roman Reigns meme kind of face going, but I mean, it's solid. I still think they should give this man bigger shoulders and arms. Just the standard shoulders and arms does not work for Theory. I think Theory is absolutely jacked, bro. His shoulders are massive. His arms are massive. He's a massive individual. They're giving him the smaller arms and shoulders again. Maybe it's not too late to change. If Mattel's watching this, maybe you can put it in an order there and change that, because I think it would make the figure look way more proportionate and look better, but I do like the head sculpt. We'll see what gear it is and all those things, but I imagine this is going to be Elite 120, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Elite 121. We'll have to see exactly who comes of it. And then we also have Gunther here, which looks to just be a repaint of his other figures, which is a damn good figure. Very posable. He's still got pins in the legs. Like, this is going to be a banger. This is going to be a great figure to pose around, because I already know. I know the formula. It's just going to depend on the gear. And the head sculpt looks slightly different. It looks like he's got like a slight smirk, so this looks to be a new head sculpt. So we'll see, but I love Elite Gunthers. They're always posable, and I like them a lot. And then we also have Carmelo Hayes. Now, Carmelo Hayes, man, I don't know. I don't know what this is. This looks to be the same formula that he got last time. I think they could tweak it. I mean, I'm fine with it, I guess. He does have the hem necklace. His head sculpts have been kind of atrocious across his basics and his elites, so we'll have to see what comes of it. But I thought he would have come with the long tights instead of the bikers again, but maybe this is just a placeholder for now, and they just wanted to showcase the necklace and head sculpt. I think it's a little early in the timeline to kind of tell, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think they're going to give us this gear again, right? I wouldn't hope so, but we'll see. We'll see what comes of it again. Just an early prototype sample. We are getting into the Legends line, and we're starting things off with Big Evil Undertaker here, which is huge. ABA Undertaker, or, you know, early 2000s Undertaker. Love this version of Taker. I think this is great. The only thing I don't like is they use the old man singlet, man. This is not the singlet that he was rocking. You also notice that his beanie, it goes over the headband, which is a look that he used to do, but it doesn't quite look right. I feel like you have to sculpt that all in one head sculpt to make it look right. So I don't know, it's a bit puffy there, but we'll see. Maybe you can play around with it. Maybe you can put it on some other figures and play around there. But the only good thing here is if you want to make this big, you know, this Big Evil Taker on the right singlet torso with the double jointed arms, very easy, man. You get that SummerSlam Elite, you get some of these other, you know, Elite Takers with double jointed arms. You could easily switch the head sculpt, put this head sculpt onto that formula, and then switch the legs, and bam, you have it on the right torso, the right singlet, all that stuff. So at least it's an easy fix. I wish that we didn't have to do that, but at least it's pretty easy to do so. I'm still looking forward to the figure. Got a brand new head sculpt here with the headband. The headband is sculpted on, by the way. It's just that beanie going over it kind of looks a bit weird, but I do like the elbow pad. I like the Big Evil. This is nice. I like this a lot. I think this is a upgrade to the Elite 55 and the Elite 18 and stuff like that. Even though it doesn't have Dead Man ink on it, I think that this is a step here that's really, really nice. But we also have a look at the Great Muta. I do believe this is his last match ever. I mean, my God, bro, this figure looks incredible, from the head sculpt and the paint to the attention to detail, the chest hair, the wrist gauntlets, the pants, the cloth goods. This is a damn good Elite, man. I mean, my goodness gracious alive. He's got the bye-bye on the back of his entrance gear, got the mask, got the interchangeable hands. This is a beast. I mean, this is such a great figure. I think if you're a Muta fan, this is just right up there. I mean, this is going to be so good. The flame stuff on the pants, it just knocks it out of the park, man. I mean, you could tell the craftsmanship and the effort that went into this one with the details. Head sculpt looks incredible. This is super fire. And his last match ever, was it against Shinsuke? And then we got the Shinsuke from his last match with Muta, I do believe, in the, was it Elite 109 chase or something like that? Maybe it wasn't Elite 109, but I know recently we did get that Shinsuke in the red and black, and I do believe that's from that matchup with Great Muta, so I'm sure that was done on purpose so that you could pair those there together and everything like that. But this Great Muta looks just incredible, to be honest with you. But let's move on, man. We do have Billy Gunn here, man. Holy smokes. I like this leg mold. You kind of have like this tight jeans deal going on here. Interested to see, you know, what we can make out of this formula. I do like, you know, different aspects of it. I don't really like the feet, though. It looks like it's going to be those Cody Rhodes feet, and it looks like these are supposed to be short cowboy boots, but it doesn't work for me, man. I don't like it. I think that the sculpt of the pants is nice and everything. It does look to be the DDP legs, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken there. I like the head sculpt, and I love all the different gear this man comes with. I look at all the damn accessories, but those big feet with those weird looking, I don't know, it looks like he's kind of wearing Uggs a little bit, man. I don't know. You guys can let me know. I feel like they could have done better there on the boot sculpt for me personally, but I do like all the entrance garb. He looks incredible, men on card. I'm still excited for this figure. I just think that some of those choices there could have been different, but he comes with the shooter hands, the bandana, the hat. I'm looking forward to this figure a lot. I'm just interested to see how that all plays out with the feet and the posability. Does it feel good in hand? Is it, you know, user-friendly? We'll have to see, of course. Which, you know, the fact remains that all these figures are wait and see until we get them in hand, but at the same time, we can kind of judge and have like a, you know, idea of what they're going to look like or how they're going to feel based on part selection and stuff. But let's move on to the last figure in the set, which is the Chase. It's going to be our Terry Funk here that has the Ultimate Edition Yelling Head sculpt, and he's got the black and silver, which is really cool. He's got the poncho. He comes with the hat. I love this. I think this is great. And then you have the Chase variant in the blue, which I think is just so unique. Just didn't see this coming, honestly, and I can't remember. I don't think we knew about this. I think this is kind of a surprise drop, but love that they're using the Elite Funk torso. Wish they'd use that for more characters, not just Terry Funk. I think there's so many damn characters that could benefit from that torso specifically. Get away from the damn Daniel Bryan torso. Give us more Funk torsos, man. He's like that. Him and William Regal, like the only guys that ever get that torso. I think Tully, Blanchard, and Arn Anderson also got that torso, but damn, that's such a good torso for different guys. Like, they should have used that for Revival. They should have used that for Daniel Bryan. They should have used it for Jericho. They could have used it for Edge. There's so many characters from the past that they could have used it on, and hopefully if those guys ever come back or whatever, that we'll get a change in formula. But I do like both Funks. I think both Funks look pretty damn funky and awesome, so we'll see. But let's move on. Our next figure is going to be a Legends Michelle McCool, first time in the line figure. First Elite of her here. She comes with a broken Women's Championship, which is very unique. I'm very interested to know what the face scan's going to look like, what the gear's going to look like, all those things. But I'm happy to have a Michelle McCool, man. An updated, nice Michelle McCool is going to fit really nicely into our, you know, female women's division there, and I think that's going to be sweet. I like the hair sculpt. I like everything here. Very cool there. You know, getting, you know, like we waited forever for Stacy Keibler. We got Molly Holly. Now we're getting an Elite Michelle McCool. I love that, man. Just slowly trickling those people in as much as possible is always great. And then we also have the next Legend set. This is going to be Legend Series 28. So the Legend set that's hitting right now with Kurt Angle, Godfather, etc., that is Legend Series 26. Then you have Legend Series 27 with Muta and Taker and Billy Gunn, etc. And then in Series 28 is going to be our Curtain Call set, which is going to feature Razor Ramon, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Diesel as the Chase. And as we go through here, I really like the Razor. I like this purple and yellow gear. It looks really clean. Wish they could have given him the cloth goods vest instead of the, you know, the plastic vest or the, you know, the non-cloth goods vest. Like the one we got in the Monday Night Wars line, I think was really, really nice. I wish they could have replicated that here with different colors and stuff, but not bad. Not a bad Razor. Kind of, I know like a lot of his figures are just straight repaints for the most part, but they're still good figures overall. And then we also, and what's cool is like every figure in this set is going to come with a pre-match and post-match from the, you know, that curtain call moment, you know, in the steel cage, whatever. And so we do have Hunter Hearst Helmsley here getting a re-release. This is an updated look at the former Network Spotlight Toys R Us exclusive Elite Hunter Hearst Helmsley, which is a great figure. It needed an update. You know, it's got the double jointed arms. It's got the true effects. I wish that it came with the entrance gear. That's what sucks. It doesn't come with a damn coat. Does come with a cane. They all come with 2 sweet hands, which is also really cool. But man, I think that would have been cool if they could have been, you know, that's going to make it stand out from the original. You know, that original does have that entrance gear, so I think that's going to, you know, it's going to tow some weight, I believe, with collectors. But not bad, not a bad inclusion here. Makes sense to re-release that. And then we also have Shawn Michaels here. Not a big fan of the kind of post-match wet hair head sculpt. I just don't like the sculpt of the face, but I do like that they're giving him the updated kick pads, and I like this gear and, you know, different things like that. I think that is good. So I do like it in some ways. You could probably make a 2003 Shawn out of this, which is pretty cool. Always wanted to do that out of actual parts. So that would be really cool. You could switch the arms, white wrist tape, switch the head sculpt with a more modern day Shawn, and you could make that. So definitely going to have that in the cards. And I like this. I wish we could get a dirt bike boot, you know, mold for Shawn instead of the kick pads all the time that are repainted. But I know they got to get reused, stuff like that. It would only be an exclusive Shawn mold. But I still like this figure. It's just, I don't know. I like the yelling head sculpt more than the, you know, the other way around. But then we also have Diesel here, who is going to be the Chase. And he is going to be with the Diesel power and everything like that. And then you do have the Chase, which is going to be the Big D there, which is insane. You know, you couldn't do, you know, superhero and training for Rosie, but you can have Big D on there for Diesel. But I do like the gray elbow pad and the different versions of Diesel here. I feel like we've gotten a lot of Nash's and Diesel figures over the last couple years, but at least it looks good. It's a good representation of him and everything like that. So really cool. I could see people, you know, posing all these together on a shelf and having them too sweet and all that different stuff, man. Really creative set. I think it would have even been cool to have a box set, but I think it works better as a Legend set maybe instead of having that big box set. But I don't know, replicating that moment into a box set would be cool, but I think they kind of made the right play here, making it into its own Legends 28 wave. But let's move on, man. We do have the Greatest Hits Legends now. So we're moving into the Greatest Hits Legends. And the first figure is going to be the Red Rooster here, which is so cool. You know, this formerly was, I do believe, a Target exclusive. And I remember selling that figure off way back in the day. I got a pretty penny for it. Having this re-release is epic. I know a lot of people have been wanting this one, and they're going to get a lot of usage out of this one. I think this is a great inclusion to the Greatest Hits. Makes a ton of sense, man. I mean, it's kind of just a layup release, and it looks identical to the original. It just has the updated technology, of course, but really good inclusion there. And then we also have a look at Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Got a new head sculpt, I do believe, here, but the gear's cool. I like the pink and white, two of my favorite colors coming together here. Looks like a giant, you know, and everything. He's got the entrance gear. I do believe this is the WrestleMania 34 Elite, if I'm not mistaken, for Brutus. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but he comes with the scissors hands and everything like that. Pretty cool. He comes with the cutters. Nice figure. Nice figure. He looks giant, though. I don't know. I think it's a solid Brutus. Maybe the best. I don't know about the best Brutus. Well, yeah, you can fight me down in the comment section below. But we also have a look at Virgil in the maroon and silver. Really cool. I think it would have been cool if they just straight up re-released the Toys R Us exclusive from back in the day in the gold packaging, which is a figure I never got my hands on, by the way. So this is pretty cool. I like this. I like that they went different with it. Head sculpt looks good. He comes with the money. He comes with a sleeveless look. I like this. I think this is a good look for Virgil. Overall, I think they nailed it. And you guessed it, Muhammad Ali legs, Brad. Damn, hate to see it. Hate to see the Muhammad Ali legs, but everything else does look promising. But yeah, it's Virgil. Greatest Hits Legends working out there. I'm just worried about the Muhammad Ali legs, man. I'm just telling you. But then we get Cody Rhodes, which is an Elite 3 re-release here. And they're straight up re-releasing the whole damn thing, man. I mean, the head sculpt, the t-shirt, everything about it here. Very, unique looking young Cody Rhodes here, which is so crazy to get in the Greatest Hits Legends. But a genius way to get the legacy, gear out for him. And, maybe we'll get a bald, just menacing Randy Orton, like Elite 2 re-release maybe soon in the Greatest Hits line or from the vault or something like that, which would be cool. But not a bad figure here. I think I've owned this figure once before, but it was shredded, so hopefully this one will be much better there. But then we have the Chase in the purple, which when I look at this purple figure, I think, first of all, the CR on his gear makes me think of Pimp My Ride. But then I think of the basic figure that released of this back in the day, and then how everybody took that basic head sculpt and put it on their referees because it looks like a standard referee. Like, I think people are going to get that in this modern version, put it on their damn referee John Cones and all those different bodies that we've got here, and probably make a modern rendition of that referee or put it on HBK Shawn Elite from back in the day with the referee shirt and, replicate that. So that's what I think of here, but it's kind of crazy that he got the Chase treatment with the purple, but it was a cool basic back in the day that a lot of people liked, I do imagine. But then we also have a look at Dusty here, which is I think it's the WCW Ring re-released Dusty here. Doesn't come with the big gold or anything, but I think that's the figure. No, I think that was the polka dot figure. Maybe this is the Elite 62. I can't remember off the top of the dome. You can let me know. But it is Dusty. I like his figures aesthetically. I just think that they never pose well at all. And I know you don't need Dusty to put on some 5-star classic, but I just don't like having a figure that rattles and feels like it's going to snap in half. Kind of like Mark Henry. I know we're going to get Mark Henry figures announced at San Diego Comic-Con, I imagine. And I love Mark Henry. I want good Mark Henry figures, but all of them feel like they're going to snap in half. They don't move well. They're not good representations of the character to me personally. So that's something with Dusty that's kind of together with Mark Henry, where figure. I think they could improve him a hell of a lot if they really tried. And just make him more user-friendly, man. I just feel like the figures feel like they're going to snap. And that's not good, man, for any character. You know what I'm saying? So there is that, man. But let's move on to our next figure. And that is going to be Monday Night Wars. We're getting into the Monday Night Wars set here. Getting into the Elite ABA Undertaker. One of my favorite reveals. I think this is easily the best ABA Taker they've done. Long hair, new head sculpt. You have the bandana, the sunglasses, the jean denim vest. You got the trench coat. This is a badass figure, all sense of the word, American badass, I guess you could call it. But yeah, this is money. This is one of my favorite reveals. I think it looks so damn good aesthetically, and I'm very hyped for it. Can't wait for this one. Definitely one of the ones I'm most anticipating from this entire set. And then we also got Earthquake, or the Shark, if you will. And he is the Chase variant. I believe the blue singlet is the Chase, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there. But you have the regular blue Chase. He comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts. You got the Shark there. I really like the main one. I don't know which one's the Chase again, but the Tinta head sculpt with the beard, you know, like the teeth painted the beard, sick as hell. I think that's great to get a repaint of that. I love that. I think that's genius, and it's been a really long time since we got that Shark figure exclusive. So that's really genius to pop those 2 figures in there. And then one that really popped me is the throwback kind of interview style Michael Cole from the Attitude Era. This is so damn good, man, because this is something I've wanted for years and years. While I think the head sculpt's not perfect, I don't think it's perfect likeness. I think it's absolutely doable. I love that they gave him non-Muhammad Ali legs, you know, make him shorter. But this buttoned up collared shirt, long sleeve in red, is just so damn nostalgic. It looks great. I think painting an F onto his shirt, you know, or the microphone would work really well as well. You know, they can't sell it to you like that, but replace that logo and you're cooking, man. I love this. This is something I've had on my wish list for a long time. I think that this is awesome for Michael Cole and everything like that. Hopefully we get a modern rendition sooner rather than later, but this was big for me personally. Every time I see this, I think of Just Bring It, like WWE or WWF Just Bring It. But let's move it right along in this set too. We also have Brian Pillman, which is another just beautiful figure, man. Just nailed it. Every sense of the word. The hair has been repainted. They do, like Action Figure Attack Steve Ozer did share that this figure is going to be repainted. The hair's not going to look near as like mac and cheese looking. It's going to be a lot more natural and stuff like that, so that's good. But man, love this new leg sculpt. I don't have a great photo of it, but he's got the jeans tucked into the sneakers, which is a brand new sculpt. This is easily the best Brian Pillman figure that Mattel's ever made. This is so money, man. I love it. I love the crutch, the vest, the shirt, the pants. I'm much looking forward to this. Another, like, this entire Monday Night Wars set is a banger. I love this set. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And there's a whole look at the entire set, as you can see there, Monday Night Wars. And the Build-A-Figure is going to be Eric Bischoff there with the gray hair. He's got the WCW microphone. Pretty cool. I think it's not like the greatest ever, but you're getting reused from that Ultimate head sculpt, which is cool, I guess. But I don't know. You can make that into a bunch of different people. Is that the damn Muhammad Ali leg mold? Nonetheless, you know, it is Eric Bischoff. I love Eric Bischoff, so we'll take it. But now we're moving on to the next Monday Night Wars set, which is going to be Make a Difference Fatu here. He's got the rainbow gear. We did get to see a proto of it on display with the jacket. Really cool, man. I think the head sculpt's absolutely perfect. I like the beanie. Really cool. It looks like he's also getting a brand new boot mold, which I think is insane. So this has promise, man. I think it's going to be very, very toyetic. So I like this a lot. You know, this has been coming down the line for a while now. And then we also have a brand new Rock figure. And it almost looks like these legs are brand new. It looks very similar to the Muhammad Ali legs, but I can tell that it's different by the knee shape. And he is going to come with that Rock entrance shirt, kind of a redo of the Attitude Era Elite, and, you know, the Greatest Hits Elite, things like that. Giving you a different shirt, giving you different stuff. I think this figure is going to look really damn good mid on card, especially with the Monday Night Wars logos and the Brahma Bulls and everything like that. This should be really good. It looks like a standout figure. Really excited to see what this looks like as a final. Has that chain. It looks damn good. I'm excited for this one. Should have included a watch, though. Hopefully it includes a watch. But let's move on to Tactical Gear. Booker T here, man. Love this. Love the camo boots. They are just putting out Booker T, man. Dude got Harlem Heat Chase, regular Booker T, Chase. He had that SmackDown 4-pack. He's getting this figure. Tons of different Booker T figures, which I'm all for. I love Booker T, so I'm all for this. I love the camo gear. Looks sick. The face paint looks sick. And we did get to see a proto of it. It looks really good as a prototype as well. I love the gloves and everything. And hopefully, you know, the legs aren't just insanely stiff, so we'll see what comes of that. But damn, man, I'm looking forward to this figure a lot, too. This whole set looks damn good. And then you do have the Build-A-Figure Big Bubba here, NWO style, which is pretty cool. You know, they got to kind of recycle some characters and get different looks of those guys as they have them under contract. But, you know, I mean, they have gotten a lot of the NWO, man. I mean, it's just crazy. The only thing that we need from all these WCW figures is we need some damn Stings, man. We need to have Sting in all these figures, but I digress. Maybe one day, man. I'm holding out hope for an Ultimate Edition Sting, all the Elite Stings that we could possibly imagine. Box set Sting. Like, God, we need Stings, man. I'm clinging, man. Just come over, sign a contract, please. And then we also have the last figure in the set, which is going to be Lex Luger, I do believe. It is the NWO Wolfpack right here, just kind of singlet Lex Luger. Again, man, kind of recycling characters at this juncture, right? So, you know, we've seen that time and time again in different lines. Like, we got like 3 different Rosies, right? We're getting a lot of Lexes. We're getting a lot of Booker T's, things like that. So, it looks all right. It's not my personal, you know, made for me, but yeah, it looks promising. And continuing on, man, we do have the Wyatt 6 here. Now, I know a lot of people have been waiting on these for a very long time. I also have been waiting on these guys for a very long time, but it looks like we have the best version of all these characters, right? I mean, Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, Bo Dallas. So many damn good-looking figures, man. One thing about the Nikki Cross figure, I'll say, though, is I feel like it would have benefited from cloth goods instead of all this sculpture. I feel like she's not going to be able to pose around very good. Hopefully, I'm wrong, or maybe you can get custom cloth goods, but I do like the potential here. Lots of potential on all these figures. We do have render shots of them and stuff like that, but I think until we see them again, finalized, painted, all that stuff, you can't really make a fair judgment, to be honest, but we'll have to see. I feel like they did make Uncle Howdy a bit slim, but not the biggest deal. Not the biggest deal of all time. All of them have their own bonuses and different things I love. My God, I mean, dude, these figures have so much potential to be the top elites of the year. It's going to depend on a ton of different things, of course, when we get them in hand and stuff, but tons of potential. So much potential here to see exactly what comes of it, but all these figures coming out, it's the perfect time. I think it was worth the wait. Everybody's excited for them. I like all the unique sculpts that we're getting here, all the different paint apps. These are going to slap, and I hope that they are not overrated or, you know, different things like that. I'm excited for the Wyatt 6. This is good stuff. The entire thing, I think, including that Ultimate Edition Legends Bray Wyatt, these were worth the wait, even if they aren't painted just yet. This is going to slap. I know that we have kind of a 3-pack, I think, and then we have 2 singular releases. I think Rowan, Cross, and Uncle Howdy are going to come together in a 3-pack, I do believe, and the other 2 will be single releases, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have this new Hall of Champions 4-pack that's going to be Target exclusive. It is going to feature Bruno Sammartino, Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. Now, a lot to unpack with this. I think this Bruno is such a damn good Bruno. I also love the back of the packaging with all of them in gold foil, and it has a little bio read there with the different logos. I think that's so damn sick. But the Bruno figure, I love the head sculpt, love the gear. Get this new championship in here. Towel looks great. This is a fantastic Bruno, like Jesus in heaven. It's just an incredible Bruno figure. And then we also have Ultimate Warrior here, which is a gear that a lot of people have been wanting for a very long time. The green, got the pink and orange, got the white. I mean, dude, this is such a sick figure. It looks a bit jaxy, though. Like, he's so shiny and different things like that. But I think the potential's there. The hair's big. He comes with a winged eagle. All of them come with their championships. Not bad here for Warrior, man. I think that all 4 replicate the character damn well. The only thing that I don't like, we'll get into at the very end here, I do love the Cena, though. The Cena is absolutely... This is an attire I've wanted of John Cena for so many years. The football jersey chain gang. Comes with the WWE Championship. They actually painted his shoes, so they have the details there with the white and brown. Would have been cool if they added the rubber bands, but yeah, it's probably impossible, to be honest. But so sick, so damn sick. I mean, this is a gear again that I've wanted for so long. Just, oh God in heaven, so nice, man. Been waiting on it. Been waiting on it a long time. And I think that they delivered here with this 4-pack. Definitely scooping up probably 2 of these. I gotta have a loose, and then I think mid on card, the set just looks too damn good, right? I think it's just such a good looking set, but the Roman, man, dude, they could have done so many different things with Roman. Maybe include like a shirt or something for Roman, or maybe even the perfect head sculpt beard would have been a way to sell these packs. But yeah, it's just going to be like a re-release of the same Roman we've gotten already a couple times. So yeah, it's just kind of a redo Roman there. Got all 4 titles. A beautiful set mid on card though, just fantastic. I love this set. I think that all 4 figures are quality. It's just Roman Reigns I wish was a little bit. Damn, that Cena looks good. Titles look good. The Bruno looks incredible. The mid-on-card packaging looks great. I think they did a good job here on the Hall of Champions set. And then we also have the Cena Walmart 3-pack. Lots to unpack here, man. Lots to unpack here with this set. We are getting the O2 version here of Cena. Now, this is a gear that I talked about a few times already, but this is a gear that's such a deep cut, man. I mean, this is a look that I didn't think we'd ever get. Like, ever. I mean, it was on my customs list, of course, but this is a gear I never thought we'd get. He was wearing like a Star Wars hat that said Jedi on it. He had just this really unique jersey that like nobody could find, to be honest with you, like even if you were trying to find it on eBay. And he had like baggy basketball shorts on. This isn't the gear that he wore underneath, but they kind of combined them, so it's kind of a mashup here of two different things here, because he wore like regular black wrestling boots under this gear with knee pads. It wasn't this yellow prototype look, but we are getting a new head sculpt. We have those brand new Cena Elite torsos that they were talking about on these, and I'm just excited to see what the packaging looks like, what everything comes together like. Lots of potential here. Definitely grabbing a mid-on-card version, and we'll be getting a loose version. Of course, it is Cena, you guys know, so we'll see. It's just a very cool set overall there with the first version. Then you do have the camo, You Can't See Me. Comes with the US spinner, which is cool. I don't like that they reuse the Defining Moments head sculpt. I wish they would have given us something new there, but I do like the camo You Can't See Me shirt from 2004. The US spinner, I feel like their US spinner is not as good as Jax. I feel like Jax is better, but it is another version to get that out there. We're getting one also in the From the Vault with the prototype John Cena from the Toys R Us exclusive previously done, which is cool. And then another thing is I like that all three of them are coming with the newly sculpted torso. But why is his armbands not sculpted on? Why are we not getting sculpted on armbands with those Word Life logos? People would have been so excited to put those sculpted bands onto an Ultimate or onto some different fix-ups. But now we're not getting the Word Life logos that he rocked on his wristbands in sculpted form, like to remove them and put them on other figures. Now they're just painted on like before. So I hate that they missed that or they couldn't include that. I mean, this is essentially the Defining Moments Elite with a shirt, a title, and then, you know, you're getting, like, all they did was update the torso and update the formula in terms of just modern parts. That's it. They didn't, they could have really knocked this out of the park. I just think that it kind of misses in some ways. And then last but not least, we do have the teal version of the 2015 U.S. Championship gear, which is why that U.S. Championship has the modern logo instead of the scratch logo, which is a gear a lot of people have been wanting for a very long time. Very interesting. It's not a redo of the Elite 40. I mean, it kind of is because it is the teal bands, but look, they have sculpted bands that are removable. They're not painted on. You have the smiling head sculpt instead of that Elite 40 smirking head sculpt, you know, and he has like off black or gray shorts instead of the black that he had in that Elite 40. So, and on that Elite 40, he had black and white shoes, not the black and green new paint here. So, I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here. I do like the details on the shoes and different things. Like, there's some great aspects of the pack, and then some of the aspects of the pack, I'm like, damn, they could have really knocked this out of the park, but I'm still excited for it. It is John Cena. Mid-on card, it's probably going to be beautiful, so we'll see. But let's move it on to the WWE shop. Last time is now indie gear here. I do believe this. Is this the indie gear? No, this isn't the Royal Rumble. This is, I can't remember the exact event, but he did have the blue Never Give Up socks. You know, just like a modern-day John Cena, one of his last gears that he just wore not too long ago. So we do have this WWE shop figure. I have no idea when this is going up, but I do like that they painted on the socks, and it's a standard release Cena. I like that they're giving us all these different looks of Cena that I don't have to customize now. So that is nice, but the shirt looks good. It's going to be non-Velcro. Got the removable armbands. It just, we're getting all these removable armbands, but we didn't get any on the one that I really, really wanted. You know what I mean? With the Defining Moments redo in the Walmart 3-pack. So, I don't know. I'm excited for it, of course. It is another modern Cena here. Another way to get another Cena into the line, which I like. But, man, I hate that they missed the mark on that Word Life armbands there. Maybe we'll get that later on. But this is it's a solid figure here. And then we also have the Finish the Story Cody Rhodes and Pharaoh ringside exclusive 2-pack, man. This is such a cool release, man. I love everything about this set. The Royal Rumble gear, the Pharaoh figure, get the interchangeable heads, you get the interchangeable, it comes with the WrestleMania 39 Superstore exclusive shirt with Pharaoh on it. He is going to come with the clown feet boots, but again, you could switch those out if you didn't like that. But I like this, man. I mean, the only thing that is going to remain to be seen with this pack is it going to be, you know, user-friendly and posable Cody, or is it going to be super tight, very hard to pose around Cody? That's your two options there. So we shall see, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. You know, it's a very cool set. It comes with a leash. I mean, there's so many cool things here, man. Just such a sick set. Very much looking forward to this. I think that this is awesome. Comes with the leash again. You get the shirt. Lots of accessories. Beautiful packaging. Great ringside exclusive. I love this. This is one of, I think this is one of my honorable mentions for some of my favorite reveals. I think this is just so cool, and I love the gear. So I'm all for Cody figures, as you guys know. So this is great. It's a repaint of a Cody, but I like all the added bonuses and the flag and all the different stuff. So this Cody is a home run for me. I love this pack. Love it mid-on card. So we shall see. I think it's up for pre-order right now on ringside, so you can go grab that using code MD Toys. But let's move right along. We do have more entries into the next Defining Moments line from Ringside Collectibles. So in that 4-pack, we already know 3 of the figures that are going to be in the next Defining Moments. So not the one that includes Angle, Austin, Heyman, and Logan Paul. This is going to be the next pack. So we're getting the first Penta. I think it's going to be his debut gear. You have a lot of different stuff going on here. So excited for Penta, man. So excited. I love the kick pad sculpt. I like all the different just Swiss Army knife of accessories that it looks like he's going to come with, including the interchangeable mouthpieces, which could go very wrong, right? If they're very loose and they fall out, that'll be a whole different thing. So instead of giving us head sculpts, probably save a lot of money just doing interchangeable mouthpieces, right? So you have the regular face, the tongue out, the yelling, and then you do have the mask sculpt. So you're getting 4 interchangeable pieces there. I think it's just going to depend on how well the this all is executed, right? I mean, this is what it's going to come down to. But Penta in WWE Elite form is going to be insane, man. It's going to be absolutely incredible. This is a figure I'm already like writing down. I know we just have grayscaled out render shots right here, but man, I mean, there's so much potential here. I hope that it absolutely slays. He's going to come with a soft goods jacket. He comes with all the different hands that you need. You get that creep wall. You get the Miedo hands. Oh my goodness, man. This is just fantastic. This is something I'm very much looking forward to. Can't wait to see. At Comic-Con, maybe we'll see like a colorized version of it. This looks to be very, very early. And then next up, we do have Jey Uso here in the pink and blue. Very sweet gear, man. I love this. The pink Yeet glasses. He comes with the foam hands with the Yeet. New Intercontinental Championship with the Jey Uso side plates. Intercontinental Championship blue there. You get the entrance shirt. This is a sick figure. I mean, it's kind of just a repaint with a yelling head sculpt. This looks to be that figure we saw getting sculpted from the Mattel Revealed event. If you guys remember that whole trailer deal breakdown I did. This looks to be that head sculpt that they were working on in that video. So that's what this is. But this is sick. I love this gear. It's one of my favorite Jey Uso gears, so I love this. And, we're going to get so many Jey Uso figures because he's world champion. He won the Rumble. They're going to give us all those different gears. Mania, it's going to be insane with the amount of Jey Usos we get in the top picks and the different lines. It's going to be just ridiculous. But then another figure in this set is going to be CM Punk from his dark match. And, man, what a cool throwback right here. You have, the reddish pink hair. You have the white shorts. I love the detail in the shorts as well. Like the sculpted details. You can see the little grips or the rips texture in the basketball shorts, which I think is awesome. I think this is going to be a great Punk head sculpt. This looks sick as hell. I can't wait to see again, what comes of it when it finally is colored and you have all the tattoos and all the different stuff. This Defining Moments pack is already shaping up to be better than this recent one, and I don't even think we know the last figure in that Defining Moments pack. So, honestly, the last figure in the set will probably be a stinker, given the rest of the talent. They always throw that stinker in there. So, we'll see. We'll see what all happens with the pack there. But moving on, we do have a couple, or just a few renders here to finish us out. We do have the Lyra Valkyria figure, which looks pretty promising. We'll, of course, have to see, but we do know she's coming, so that's big, get a big superstar right there. As well as Julia, which I was super excited for, man. Cannot wait for the Julia figure. I think this one's going to be one of the top female figures of the year, if we get it this year, of course. Would like to see this one come out, but the gear looks promising. Head sculpt looks good. I like the hair colors and stuff. So I'll have to see all the accessories that she comes with. But then we also got Mr. Fuji, man. And oh my goodness, this is such a long time coming, man. A lot of people have been waiting on a Mr. Fuji for years and years and years and years. And so to finally get him here is a huge deal for a lot of people, man. So very excited for it. You get the interchangeable head sculpts. Interested to know what line he'll come in. I would imagine the Legends line, but maybe I'm wrong. It could be Main Elite line or something like that. We'll, of course, have to see. I'm sure at Comic-Con we'll have better ideas of it. He'll probably be on display with whatever line he's in, man, whether that's Legends or whatever. And you'll notice the hands. It looks like we're getting a brand new Kane holding hand. You see that, with a thumb tucked in right there? It's not like a typical C grip. Looks like it's kind of like a brand new sculpt there. So we'll have to, see what comes of that one. But then we also get Demolition, Axe, and Smash. And then I do believe Crush is going to be on the way. But this is huge. Everybody has been waiting on these guys. They signed Legends deals. So, everybody's going to be absolutely pumped to have these guys. Maybe we'll get some more versions of them. But this is huge because I do believe if you were trying to get all 3 guys loose on eBay, maybe not today since these were announced, but maybe a few months back, man. I mean, it was like $250 or something like that to get all 3 loose or something, man. It's something crazy like that. It was definitely up there in price, so I know everybody's excited for this. I've never owned these figures originally, so I'm really, really excited to get these in my hands finally, to find out what lines they're in, whether it's from the vault, whether it's Greatest Hits Legends, whether it's, you know, any of those different lines, Legends or Mainline, whatever it is, man. I think it's going to be great, so we'll, of course, play that by ear. But that is every single WWE Elite that was revealed over WrestleMania 41 week. At least I think so, man. I call myself doing my due diligence and breaking it all down and, you know, saving all the screenshots. Over 300 photos to save and mull through and all those different things, man. So if you stayed to this point in the video, you're a champion. I appreciate you, man. I know it's going to run right at an hour or close to an hour, which I know some people are going to be excited about that. You throw it on and listen. So I appreciate you guys so very much. That's why we got to get a podcast going. Got to get the podcast going or something like that, man. Definitely something that I've been spitballing over the last few months, so we'll see. We'll see what all is in the cards and all those different things, but I appreciate you guys so very much. If you stay to this point, you're a beast. Go ahead and leave a like on the video. I greatly appreciate it. This video, the videos like this take a very long time to make, believe it or not. And so between the software and talking and then editing it together, getting all the images together, man, so I do appreciate you for staying to this point. You guys are absolutely incredible. But a huge shout out to our Patreon members, man. Thank you guys so very much for the support. As always, you guys are unbelievable. But that is pretty much going to wrap up today's news coverage, man. Every WWE Elite revealed at WrestleMania 41. It was a lot. It was so many figures. And, you know, when I get back home, I can finally break down everything. I'm able to actually look at the images and break it all down. Because in person, you know, some things they reveal aren't even in the booth, right? Like, you know, you get the panel and you get it on Instagram or these different news sites, but you don't really see everything in the booth there, and there's so much happening and going on. It's WrestleMania, so it takes me a while there, so that's why this video is going up a little later. You know, I had to get back home and make sure we had everything accomplished there, but I think that's going to do it for me, man. Thank you guys so very much. I'm very sick right now also, so at time of recording this, it's 2:40 a.m. I really need to sleep. It's going to take me an hour plus to edit this, and then it's going to take an hour plus to render and all that different stuff, man. So, whew. Alrighty. I'm getting the hell out, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you guys later.